do something
Just
nice.
trust
Top
me.
out where I look stupid or say something
Where I'm like, yeah, we both go,
yeah.
although that might be quite funny. This is episode 1, so I thought it'd be interesting if we could just talk about things that maybe popped up in the week for us that could be potential topics. So for me personally, I was wanting to talk to you about this idea of imposter syndrome. Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay, so it's a kind of psychological frame of mind,
Right.
where an individual really doubts all of their achievements.
Right.
And it's this internalized fear
I
that
know.
they are going to feel like
I'll
a
tell
fraud.
you why. I'm going to guess at it.
Okay.
When I was at the Royal College,
Yeah.
I trained as a fashion designer. I had a degree in fashion. Then I went to the Royal College of Art in London, and I was only one of 10 people in my year. And I felt the whole way through that I was the imposter.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah, this is it.
So for everybody that was there was fully qualified and they were justified for being there, and they were super bright and super right, super capable. And that I was like the joke candidate. I thought, why did they let me in? Sort of, and it just tortured me the whole way through that I would be discovered for being an imposter.
That's the definition.
See, well,
There
I've
you
suffered
go.
it. Been there, done that.
But it's something that comes up a lot. So I hadn't even heard of it until a couple of months ago. And now when I talk to people, all of them are saying, I just feel like I'm in the meeting room and that someone's going to suddenly realise, why have I been hired for this? Because I just don't know.
See, I didn't know it was a syndrome.
Yeah,
But, obviously I suffered it 30 years ago. So it is.
And did you suffer that the entire way through? Or
The
did you
entire way
say-
through.
So you never had that
Absolutely,
break
entire
point
way
for
through.
actually,
No.
no, I am.
No, the whole way through. And in fact, it was only when I came out the day after our show, and when it's the Royal College, you have a member of the royal family come to the show. It's all very posh and blah, blah. And so the following day, I was on the front page of The Independent, picture of my collection, and it said "Revenge of the Innocents," because there was my models were all based on Renoir and early French underwear. It was quite saucy.
Oh, very saucy.
And it was just like, well, it can't be that bad then.
No.
If I made it to front page of The Independent.
Right. But that was your, rather than being like, wow, it was like, oh, it can't be that bad.
Yeah, you're like, oh. So you'd have thought that you'd be coming out flying high.
Yeah.
And feeling really confident, like, that's it, nailed it.
Yeah.
1 degree, 2 degrees, out.
Yeah.
I had a bit of an arsehole boyfriend at the time who I'd had for 12 years. He helped form who I'd been all through my early teenage years and what have you. But on the day that I graduated, he said to me, "You're little Miss Nobody without your parents."
An arsehole.
And I was
What a
like,
bloody arsehole.
oh, it made me feel, I thought, oh my God,
And you
am
took
I
that
an
in,
imposter?
you really took that
Am I
in.
the imposter that I've only got here because my dad was a very successful designer? You can't get through a master's degree just because my dad was who my dad was.
Yeah.
But it pushes that button that you are the imposter.
I think, is everyone not suffering from
Well,
that?
now you're saying it. I didn't realise it was a syndrome. I thought it was just had been my personal experience. But yeah, maybe they are.
Is everyone round that table, when you're sat there thinking, I should not be here, is everyone thinking that? I've had conversations with people I have worked with that I thought, God, they've got their shit together.
Yeah.
They really know, and I'm completely out of this.
Yeah.
And then spoken to them, and they're exactly the same.
Yeah. Maybe everyone's bluffing.
What advice do you think you would give to people that are
I think a lot of it is bravado. That you just
Yeah.
gotta, whether you think you can and you think you can't, you're right. So you may as well choose to decide to think you can. If you can come from a place of compassion for other people
Yeah.
and start to think the more bullying they are, when there's bullies in the office and they're really super bullying, you have to change that one around, because you have to realise that they're trying to get power and feel power by making you shrink and be scared, because actually they feel powerless. So they have to flip it. So then when you can see that the more someone's being like that, you think, oh, actually, you feel really threatened by me, because you have to pick on me a lot. You have to try and make yourself look better
Yeah.
by making me feel bad, in which case you feel less than me to begin with. That changes the game.
Completely.
You think, oh, you pick on me because...
Even sat right now next to you in this video, I'm like, oh God, Claire's so wise. And we're doing this whole thing about a talk. We're meant to be talking about topics, literally talking about imposter syndrome, and I'm sat here massively suffering. Completely suffering with imposter syndrome. I've got it right now. I know what it feels like.
Every single body, every single soul on the planet is equal to every other soul. Souls aren't more powerful than anybody else. Their egos are. An old soul has no more value than a young soul. A soul is a soul is a soul. So you have to get off that judgment. What you have to say is as much validity and worth as anything I have to say, because it's coming from you and your perspective and your own life experience. Everybody's only trying to be the best they can be. You don't get many people You get some people trying not to be the best they can be.
Yeah.
That's true.
Some of
But
them.
you don't know what their circumstance and situation
No.
that making them behave like that. And when you judge them harshly, it's just like if you knew what they've gone through, you might
You
change
will.
that opinion and go, actually, you're doing really, really well just
Yeah.
turning up. It's really hard in life not to judge anything. And
Yeah.
you can go through, I think, well, I'm not very judgmental, but I bet you judge yourself a lot. The first thing to do is to forgive yourself. You've got to be your number one cheerleader, because there's only you inside your own head.
So Claire sent me this amazing video by Jim Carrey, maybe I'll link it in the description, talking about he had this epiphany moment where he suddenly realised no one else can hear the thoughts other than him. I'm just suffering at my own expense, and I kind of have control of
Yeah.
what I can think.
Exactly.
So I think noting where your brain suddenly goes off is such an important thing.
Yeah.
That's that imposter
Yeah.
syndrome coming
Yeah,
in.
and
I'm
that's not
noting
gonna
it,
help.
really not going to help, and I'm just going to gently waft
Yeah.
that to the side.
And bring in the, oh wow, actually maybe I'm bossing this.
And maybe I don't have anything to say, and that's fine. I don't need to have an opinion what they've just said. I don't need to know what they're talking about. I could be like, actually, maybe I'll do a bit of revision. I just don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
That's fine. That doesn't mean you're
But
shouldn't have
maybe
been employed.
maybe they'll turn around and say, does that make sense to everybody? And you'll be the voice of reason that goes, actually no, I didn't quite get it. Maybe you're the one that's going to help them find a way through for other people.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the normal person.
Especially at university, there's so many things like that in seminars where someone would go, sorry, can you explain it again? And I'd be like, thank God.
Yeah, thank
Because I have
God.
no idea what just
No.
was even
But also,
happening there.
often people who are talking about their own subject just presume you know a lot more about it. And so
Yeah.
they talk with a particular vocabulary, a particular lexicon that they know, and they think it's very niche. And so then say, did you get that? And the answer is like, no, you need to talk in broader terms. You need to change the language. I know that when I was teaching, I used to teach fashion design, and I'd give the brief, and there'd be like 30 people in the class, and you'd see about 25 people would light up and be all inspired to rush off and design things. They're all super excited. And then like 5 people are sitting there looking blank. And you just think, okay, so I would deliver the brief again using different words, because obviously the words you'd used in the first place missed them. So you'd have to find a slightly different vocabulary to try and get them in, and then you'd find 3 more people, got it, they're off. And then 2, and then you think, right, okay, I'd go and speak to those individually. It's not one size fits all. We're all made of different things.
Yeah, completely.
And so...
So you get mathsy people, Englishy
yeah,
people.
exactly.
People do just process things in such a different way. What's that amazing saying that's like, if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree,
Yeah.
it'll spend its whole life thinking it's stupid or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Whip
Someone
that out of the
asked
old
why. I
quote
think it was-
brain bank. It's definitely not that. I think it's like a chicken, not a fish.
No, it was a fish.
Was it?
Yeah. So you've got to stop judging yourself for how you don't fit in and decide what is your role there for what it is, because you're always exactly where you're meant to be. You have to trust that in life. You may not always understand why you're supposed to be there.
Yeah,
But
that's
if you
the
think,
tricky
okay,
thing.
if I'm meant to be here in this meeting, what is my role? Maybe I'm just supposed to be bringing light into
Yeah.
this dark situation. If it's really dark and dry and crusty and numbers going, maybe you're just sitting there. It makes it feel more comfortable for everybody else.
Yeah, or for just a one person in
Yeah.
that room.
So I met this lovely girl in my street yesterday, and she was a nursing student, and she was saying that she just gets to sit on the ward. She said, I don't get to join in and say anything. And she said, I'm not really doing anything at the moment. I'm not doing anything. I said, no, you are doing something. Just because you're not, they're not asking your opinion. Such a bright light. She was a lovely, lovely healing soul, and you could just get that from her, just radiating. I said, don't forget, if you're just sitting in the corner of the ward, you're beaming. I said, you're a human being, so you're just being the light. In a situation where there's people who are ill, and if they look over and glance at you and you just smile at them, changing people's lives, not by your wisdom and what you're saying. You're as a student, you're in a learning situation.
Okay.
Presence is really important.
Because you're just being.
Because you're being. But then you have to let go of that judgment about doing. I wasn't really doing much. You think, no, but you're just being.
There's so much that you hear people doing that all the time. Oh, I just do this. Oh, I'm not really that. I was actually listening to do you know Delicious Yella?
No.
So she's got this huge empire of kind of like healthy foods, got these delis and podcasts. She's the most incredible businesswoman. So successful. She sits around meeting tables feeling so inferior. And she's the name of the brand. She is Ella, Deliciously Ella. And she sat there thinking, I feel like a fraud here. So that just, it shows though, if there's people watching or listening that think, oh yeah, but when I become a partner, then I'll feel.
Then I feel really confident.
When I become a sales guy, then I don't think that when I become this, I will be this.
No, you have to decide it
Doesn't
straight away.
exist.
It's true. You're right, and you're not an imposter in your own life.
No.
That's what we're saying. So you've got to bring it back to the centre, to the core. So whether you're in any role, any job you're doing, you feel you're an imposter in that place. If you start to feel that you're not an imposter in you, then wherever you go, you're not going to be an imposter.
Yeah.
You've got to be authentic. It's all just about being authentic. If you decide that you fit comfortably in your own skin, that you just are who you are, your opinions are yours, your likes, your dislikes, your thoughts are your own, then wherever you are, you can own that. You're in that meeting. Don't try and fit in with everybody else and be there. Just think, no, actually, I know who I am. I don't like that shade of green. And if you want to ask me, no, I don't. And I'm not going to go, yes. And that's when you feel like an imposter, because you're not being true to who you really are. And they can feel that, because the truth has a resonance of its own. Totally. You know that. You can tell if someone's lying. Would someone say the truth and you just think, okay, here's my authentic self speaking. I don't like it. And they go, oh my God. And then other people go, I don't really either.
It is so refreshing.
And then people can, there's a release when people go, actually, I don't either. It's about checking in with your own mind chatter and making sure that mind chatter is your best coach, that's your best buddy. And just go, look, I'm going to do the best I can today. And see each day as a new day. But there are times where you have to actually just get really brave.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think there are times when I don't think it's ever going to feel low heart rate, you're all calm, and like, I'm just going to do it now. I don't think that happens. I do think there has to have an element of, we've just got to face this.
Yeah.
I think that's actually really helped me, this conversation. I don't feel like an imposter now. I'm like, if I'm the one that stumbles and laughs, that's me in this conversation.
Me too. There you go. And I feel healed from my Royal College experience.
Yeah. Well, but there you go.
I didn't know it was a syndrome that other people suffered. We've helped ourselves.
We've helped ourselves.
I might send it to my old college.
Yeah. I'm going to send it to your old college. Excuse me. I was actually amazing.
Yeah.
See that front page spread I had? That was me.
Yeah.
With the tone of your iPhone.
That's
I think that rounds it up.
So do I.
I love that. That was really good. I feel like I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the first episode. I'm going to leave all of Claire's details in the description. And all of mine there too.
If you want to contact either of us, you'll be able to find all our details at the end of this.
Down there.
I'm not very good on Facebook, so that may not be important. But email
but all the
details.
important ones will be there. And you'll see us in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching.
Bye-bye.